Hello guys and welcome to BimmerKing. Today we are here at Bremen BMW to film my all-time favorite car, the BMW X6 M. This one, it's an SUV with a coupe line, and as you might know, BMW was one of the first manufacturers of the SUVs with the coupe line. So it's pretty much iconic. We will tell you everything about this beautiful exterior, the interior, and of course the infotainment system. And maybe we will even listen to the sound. So let's go. For those who crave a car with a lot of muscle, this one is for you, because this one comes with a stepped up V8 engine which produces about 575 horsepower. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in an even 4 seconds. So this X6M comes with an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it also produces about 553 pound-feet of torque. So let's have a look at this front. First of all, these headlights, they are the BMW adaptive LED headlights, and as you can see from the front how muscular it actually looks. You can see these huge bumpers and huge air vents. Of course, it has the iconic BMW kidney grille, and over here you can see a nice X6M emblem. Furthermore, of course, at the front you have this camera, and it actually has multiple cameras. It has one here at the front, one at the trunk, and at the side mirrors you also have some cameras. These are of course for the 360 degrees camera system. So we all know that the X6 kind of looks like the X5, but from the side is where you see the main difference. This coupe line, which in my opinion looks a lot better. The only disadvantage of having this coupe line is that it has a little bit of decreased space in the back and in the booth, but we will get to that later. Let's first look to this amazing aesthetically exterior. First of all, these tires, they are huge. They are both 21-inch, but of course the wheels at the back, they are a bit broader than the ones at the front, which gives it even more of a sporty look. Well guys, from this side it's a little bit easier to see the flowing lines. For example, this one going from the front all the way to the back. And you also have one from the rear tail light with a sweeping downwards curve. And of course at this side here you have this sporty looking breather with the X6M emblem on it. Now let's take a better look at the tires and see the dimensions. So let's go. These are the 21-inch M double spoke rims with of course the M emblem down here. Blue brake calipers with the M emblem as well. And look at this amazing bicolor spokes. These are beautiful rims, but it looks even better when you look at the width of the wheels. And these at the back, they are even a little bit broader than the ones at the front. And you can actually see it sticking out a little bit. Beautiful wheels. Now guys, lastly from the side you can see that it has the panoramic roof, which is slightly opened right now, and of course the iconic BMW shark fin at the top. The hood of course also with some aesthetically muscular looking lines, because of course it's the X6M. Now the back of the X6M, this is one thing where the X5M might be a little bit more practical, but I still like this design a lot more. So it's basically your choice if you want the design or if you want the practicality. First of all, you can see this sporty looking spoiler here at the back. You can see that because of the coupe line, the trunk isn't that far open. Of course at the back you have these nice looking LED rear tail lights. As well, like I said before, the camera over here, and of course the X6M logo over here. Of course it also features some amazing looking exhaust pipes, and I like these in particular because they are old-fashioned round exhaust pipes, unlike you see with most modern cars, which basically go for a square looking exhaust pipe. From the side you can clearly see some of the curves this car has. Nothing too extreme, a nice tanky looking shape. Now let's have a look at the trunk space of this car. First of all, it has less trunk space than the X5 M, but it's a little bit less practical, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have enough trunk space, because as you can see, it's not too shabby. It has about 580 liters of trunk space. You can of course fold this one, so you can have a little bit of a better view. 580 liters of trunk space, and of course you can fold the seats forward as well. And let's see what it looks like with the trunk open. A very cool coupe line. Now you can of course open this one up as well to view a little bit of extra space, but not too much. Actually, this is more than enough for a normal family of 4 to go on holidays, because as you can see, it can fit about 4 suitcases, depending on how big your suitcases are, maybe even more. So let's close this up again. And here you have 2 buttons. This one is to simply close the trunk, this one is to close the trunk and lock the car. But let's just close it for now. So we have seen everything about the exterior. It has a great engine, it has a beautiful exterior. So now let's go and see what it looks like from the inside. So let's go. Over here you can see the controls for the seat. You can move it in every single direction, and it also has the memory seats, so you can save it in either option 1 or 2. Beautiful seats as well, the M Sport seats, keeping you in place like you see. And of course with the M emblem over here. Beautiful, luxurious and still sporty. So the inside of the X6 M, first of all you feel like a bus because you are so high on the road. It feels like you're sitting in a small tank, and I really like this interior color. So first of all, this beautiful interior color you see everywhere is the Aragon Brown Merino leather, and it simply looks amazing. Even the stitching is in the same color. The entire seats, these M Sport seats, are in the merino leather as well. And furthermore you have some contrast with the grey blackish looking leather over here. Of course you have some carbon fiber trimming all around the car, the Bang & Olufsen surround sound system, a nice M Sport transmission, and the infotainment system in the front. The center console is the perfect size. It's pretty much not too big and not too small, and it shows you everything that you need. If we look at the gauge in front of me, you can clearly see that it's a little bit old-fashioned because it's not completely digital. The speedometers are still in the old hardware style, and you do have a small OLED screen at the bottom which shows you some important messages. Furthermore, the steering wheel is of course the M Sport steering wheel with the beautiful stitching in the M Sport colors on the inside. A nice M Sport emblem at the bottom, some nice shortcut buttons as well, the pedal shifters over here, and basically everything you need. You can control the infotainment system with these buttons over here or with the voice control. You can even control them with touchscreen, and of course the old-fashioned way of doing it with the hardware controller down here, which I prefer the most. You also have some shortcut buttons like menu and map and media, this hardware controller down here. Now let's take a look at the space. You have some storage space over here with a USB cable and an aux cable. You have some storage space over here as well, with 2 cup holders, some extra storage space over here, and of course at the door you have some storage space as well with another cup holder. Of course it has a keyless go, so all you have to do to start the engine is press this button. So let's take a look at this infotainment system. So like I said, it's the perfect size. First of all, we can see the media and radio, of course. We have some communication where you can connect your phone, the navigation with a navigation. We have the connected drive where we can see some live news updates and other stuff, my car, and normal messages, notifications. If we go to my car, we can see the car settings, we can see the iDrive settings, we can see what we can notice in the main menu. So in the navigation we can see the map, we can see the arrows. In the my car we have the board computer, which is now set to in my car we can see the board computer, which shows everything now very simple. In the connected drive we can tell it to show either the weather, the news, the Wikipedia location, some information, or Flickr. So let's put it on weather for now. Yeah, so now we can see that the connected drive is showing the weather, and it's about 26 degrees Celsius at most. Of course the radio, communication, and that. So here we have the gauge of the car, which shows everything pretty old-fashioned. So here we can see this, and let's just change. So here you can see the OLED display at the bottom. You can see the navigation over there as well. Now let's change the mode. When you press this button, you can change the Sport Plus, the efficiency mode, Sport mode, but let's just leave it at Sport Plus. You can do this for everything, so also the transmission, but we will leave everything in Sport Plus. The steering wheel also Sport Plus, and like I said, this car has a 360 degrees camera, so let's just press the button. And here we can see around the car. You cannot see the right side because the door is opened right now, but this is pretty cool. And here you can see the cameras. This one is for the camera in the front, and you can see a little bit of a GTS, a M4 GTS on the left. So lastly, you can see the panoramic roof at the top, and you have these buttons over here to either open it or close it. You also have the SOS button for when you're in trouble, and of course some lights. But that was the front of the car. Now let's go and sit in the back to see if we have enough space there, because maybe we don't have enough space because of the coupe line. So let's go. In the back you can first of all see the door, which looks very cool with this orange and gray black looking contrast. Of course some carbon fiber over here, but it's actually a pretty small door, if you can see it. From the inside, a small M emblem at the bottom, still some nice merino leather, and this one has the optional screens at the back. So let's take a seat. So first of all, the seat in front of me is in a normal position, and I do have enough leg room. You can see the Bang & Olufsen surround sound system, some nice sunshades, and you can see the coupe line. But of course you are all wondering if I have enough headspace. Well, let's see. I'm actually almost touching it, but what I do like is, if you can see it, they made this little gap over here for exactly where I'm sitting right now, so that I fit. And yeah, it fits okay. If I sit upright, I touch it with my hair, but not too much. And if I sit comfortable, yeah, I can sit comfortably in this car, that's for sure. Now lastly, you can pull this down, of course, to reveal an armrest. And if you press this button, you have two cup holders as well. Now I'm not sure what this does, but it seems like we can open this as well to have some very small storage space. Let's simply close this. And as you can see, you have only limited sight from the back, but luckily you have cameras, so that's another problem. So that was the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you liked it, then leave a like, maybe subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys next time on the next review. So goodbye.